Hey everybody, Ryan here. We're going to talk about my mono green Pauper deck, Lapis Legal. This is the Guardian of Wind Magic Stones, and he J-activates to the avatar of Wind Magic Stones. And so when you're playing, and of course this only Magic Stones in this deck are Wind Magic Stones, so you will be getting the Resonance ability as long as you have a Resonator out. They will be able to rest to produce will of any attribute, which is great for this deck. You only need wind and a couple darkness, so we'll put that over there as our ruler, J ruler. We're gonna keep that like that. Now, the Resonators we're gonna play, there's 3 different classes or types or subsets. First, we're going to start with the ones we don't really care if they stick around. And we're going to start with our Divine Bird of Ataraxia, because to me, I would play it as a 100-100 blocker. So when it leaves your field, it's going to go to your graveyard, and you're going to draw a card. That's a great ability. Next, you got your Sacred Beast of Wind. You could play it as a blocker, or flying 300-300, or you could play it for its inheritance, to give one of your bigger mana bombs or bigger resonators a buff and flying, which is nothing to sneeze at, especially in the Pauper format. Next is we have the Heavenly Spirit Tree. Doesn't attack, but it blocks. It draws a card, so you might be able to get a card or 2 out of it before it leaves the field. So those are our ones we don't really care if they stick around. They're good, and we have ways to get them back. So let's go into our additions. We have the Miracle Millennial Medicine. So if we do lose one of these, we can banish this card and shuffle 3 of them back into our deck. So we're not really losing them per se. The next type of resonator we have is these are our finishers, our win cons, and these are expensive. So we got our beast here, 1200. So with your J ruler here and your I have some other mana ramp in here, you will definitely be able to get this guy out quicker. Next, we got our Gryphon of Racing across the darkness. So when this guy comes into play, you're gonna drop 2 of your 2 cards from your Magic Stone deck. So if you are ramping with him, and we have some other chance that'll ramp, you're gonna get this guy out pretty quick. I don't know how fast. I did want to test this deck today, but I didn't get around to it, unfortunately. So I'm putting it out there as a deck I'm going to run at my local game store, and I am telegraphing what I'm going to be playing and doing and testing, so you all can come to my local game store and brew against me. So my next resonators, I have the Windclad Elf. So for 2, you get a 100-100 Wind Elf Resonator token and a 500-500. So you're getting basically 2 cards for 1, and they're elves. Next, you got Torrent Elf. So when this card enters your field, if you play 2 or more cards this turn, draw a card. So the way I would run this, the example would be play Windclad Elf first, and then drop your Torrent Elf, because it's now the second spell or card you've played this turn. You're going to draw a card. So those are 2 elves, and then the third elf is the Resistance Forces. Elves you control gain barrier from darkness. So you have 12 elf resonators that produce tokens. Your ruler, your J activated, produces 2 elf tokens. So it's an elf heavy deck that way. Next for chance, we got Planting Beans, only because I only have 1 of these. So I would maybe run 1 more. Good card. Next, Magic Stone Awakening, 2 of these. So search your Magic Stone deck for a non-special Magic Stone, put it into your field. So ramp right there. If you are on turn 1 and you went second, you have your token. You can call a stone, you have your token, you have this in hand, You rest your token, get rid of your magic stone, you play this, and you get another magic stone. So turn 1, you have 2 mana stone, or magic stones, and then turn 3, you have 3 magic stones, and if now you have a resonator, or what I would do actually, anyway, you get the idea, how fast this deck can ramp, and Wind is good at ramp, and it's Pauper, so normally you're ramping into something special or a combo. Let's move those down there. Anyway, final 2 cards I have in this. Confront the Unknown. So play it on your opponent's turn, draw a card, you replace it, and 2 of their Resonators can't attack, so you don't have to worry about that. And the final card is the Secret Technique, or whatever, how you say this guy's name. Quick cast, you turn 1 of your mana stones into a 1,000,000 with Swiftness. Play it on your turn, you have an open mana stone after casting it. Now you have a 1,000,000 Resonator, and you can do some pretty neat stuff with the Inheritance, make it flying, for a 13/13 flying. Nothing to seize at in the Pauper format. So anyway, this is my Pauper, my mono green, or mono wind Pauper Lapis legal deck. Plan to run this at my local game store as soon as I can, and I will let you know how it does. Anyway, put those down there, like, subscribe, all that happy fun good stuff to the video. After 100 subscribers, we will be at the 100 subscriber mark. We are going to be opening, taking a peek into that Magic the Gathering Arabian Nights pack that I have. It's nothing special. I've already discussed it in other forms, so if you've been on other places like Board Game Geek, you know what's in it. Anyway, I do have 2 more rulers to do mono Pauper decks with, and a preview of who my rulers are. I don't know which deck I'm going to do first. I'll probably do the fire deck. I'm jazzed about this ruler's ability, so look for my next deck to be the fire deck. Alright, anyway, talk to you later. Thanks.